Hey guys, hope everybody's staying safe out there. These are some rims that I picked up. They're just garbage rims basically. This is the stuff I use to clean them here. Oven and grill cleaner. This is what I use to strip the paint off them basically. The guy that had them, he used them for his winter wheels and he just painted them up pretty rough, and I'm not even sure what kind of paint he used, but anyway, wanted to clean them up. As you can see, they're black there now, so wanted to get them cleaned up, so I sprayed some of that oven cleaner on them. I let that set for a while, and now I'm taking the pressure washer to them. These are 20-inch by 9s. Pretty big rims for Colorado, but I was hopeful they wouldn't look too big. I wanted to get something that looked a little different. Didn't want to pay a whole lot for them. I picked these up for $200 from a guy in town, so not a real expensive rim, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted something cheap, something that looked a little better on the truck, a little more aggressive, not too aggressive, but a little more aggressive, and just to make it look a little different. But I didn't want to go out and pay, $1,000 for a set of wheels. So this was the best way I could figure to get a decent set of looking rims, something different, and not get a whole lot of money into them. The oven cleaner did a really good job. As you can see, this is just the first shot here, and it took off probably 75-80% of the paint just in the first shot, so it did a good job. I think I did it 3 times. This is another time now I'm doing it. I had to spray that stuff on 3 times, I think, to get it to get pretty well all of it off. There was still a little bit left on there, but I didn't really care. Like I said, I was just cleaning them up to make them look a little better. Throw them on the truck. And I bought that brush there. That's just a brush I'm using to get it down and around the spokes and stuff. And it helped a lot too to get into the crevices and stuff, just to loosen up that paint. But the oven cleaner did most of it. I probably could have just sprayed it and walked away for an hour or so and come back and just pressure washed it off, and it probably would have did it. But sometimes I like to get stuff done a little quicker, so I thought this would work, and it did. It worked good. The brush got most of the paint off. Worked very well. You can see that rim closest to the camera there. It's a little scuffed up. I think the guy, when he was doing this, he must have took, I don't know if it was a grinder or what, but it looks like it was grinded a little bit, and maybe it wasn't a grinder, I don't know. But yeah, it was scuffed up really bad. The others weren't even touched, so I think he started with that one and got sick of grinding and then just decided, I'll just paint them like this. and you just paint it right over the chrome. And surprisingly, it stuck pretty good, the paint. I was surprised. So anyway, now I'm just taking my drill, my little DeWalt drill here. Oh, and DeWalt is not sponsoring me in this video. Nobody's sponsoring me in this video. The Zep oven cleaner that I bought myself. So just the products that I used. No sponsors in this video, just so you know. But anyway, this is my DeWalt drill, and I'm just using my little wire brush on the end of the drill there to get down and around. I'm just basically scuffing up all the wheels is what I'm doing. And this is what I did to get down and around the crevices and stuff first. And it did a good job. It got most of the dirt and any paint that was stuck down there. Now this is just my grinder, and it's just a flap disc is all. It's called a flap disc. It's not a grinding wheel. There's a big difference. I think that's an 80 grit flap disc that I used, and that's what I would recommend using. I wouldn't go any coarser than 80 grit because you do not want to scratch the metal. All I'm trying to do here is just give it a scuff so help the paint stick. That's all. I wouldn't go any coarser than 80 grit. And the 80 grit seemed to do a really good job. It scuffed up the metal just enough, but it didn't dig in anywhere. Which is what you want. You don't want any big scuff marks and stuff. As you can see there, this worked really good too. Now this is another little tool I had for doing this. This was I'll call it a multi-tool, I guess. It's a grinder. It's got a bunch of different attachments with it. I just had this one sitting on the shelf, and I thought I'll give it a try. It has like a little 3-inch scuff pad that you can put on the end of it. And it worked really good for getting in the tight spots and stuff. So I just decided to give it a try, and it worked really good. It basically one of those scuffing pads or scratch break pads on the end of a grinder, basically, is what it is. And it was small enough that it was easy to get in around those spokes and stuff. So it saved me a lot of sanding with sandpaper and stuff like that. So it worked really good. And again, I think that was an 80 grit scuff pad I was using on the end of that. So just enough to dig in around and just scuff up the surface of that chrome to get the paint to stick, or to help the paint to stick. I guess that's all it was for. And it did a good job. The rims were just trash though. They were in bad shape. There was a lot of heavy pitting in them, just garbage. So here I am now. I'm starting to prime the wheels, and just setting them up so I can give them a nice little coat. This is the primer I used. I got it in gray though, not black. And this was like a scratch filler primer. It seemed to work really good. It was a thicker primer, so it kind of helped to fill in any scratches or imperfections that were in the wheels. It worked really good. I'll see how it stands up over time, but again, I don't really care if these wheels last me a year or 5 years. It doesn't matter. I was just looking for something cheap to put on the truck for the time being, and they suited my needs. So, but yeah, I'm just giving them a quick coat here just to. And the first coat I went a little light on it, not too heavy. I let that set up for a little bit and then come back and give it another going over. But it seemed to work pretty good. Had no issues. It was a good product. I did find that primer though didn't go very far. Like that can, I think it was just enough to do those 4 wheels barely. So if I was doing it again, I'd probably buy a second can. And now I'm just using this is just some silver, metallic silver that I had on the shelf. I had like 2 or 3 cans of it sitting on the shelf. So I decided instead of going and buying more paint, may as well just spray that on. The wheels will be silver. I was going to spray them black, but I don't know. Everybody seems to be spraying their wheels black now. And I like the look of the silver. It kind of it gives a nice contrast between the tire and the rim. So I figured I'll just use the silver. I had it on the shelf. If I hadn't had this on the shelf, I may have painted them black. I don't know. I might have just, because I also had gloss black spray paint on the shelf too that I could have used. But I had this silver, like it's probably 2 or 3 years old. This paint been sitting on the shelf, so I said I may as well use it. So, and now I set the rims up on buckets here. This was the slickest way to do the rims. I did the backs first, as you seen there earlier, and then I was thinking, how can I get these up off the ground so I can easily paint all around them? And I thought, oh, I got these buckets, so I set all the rims up on buckets, and that's what they look like there. And these are the tires that I bought for the truck, and I did buy these myself, and Canadian Tire did not sponsor me. I bought these, paid for them. Anyway, I got 4 of them, and I got them for $677, 96, and not a bad deal. They were on sale, and I got 30 times the points back on my Canadian Tire card. So yeah, it was a win-win. So anyway, that's the tires that I put on those 20-inch wheels. They were 255 50 20s, I believe was the size. And those old rims they're only 16, so it's going to be quite a different look on the truck for sure. The new rims look quite a bit bigger, which I like. Kind of fills in the wheel well a little bit better. So but those tires are supposed to be really good tires. The reviews on them on the Canadian Tire website were really good. Yeah, really good tires. So anyway, there's the front ones. I hope you enjoy all these videos, and I hope you follow along on this build, and I really hope everybody stays safe during this pandemic. But anyway, yeah, so the next video should be installing the engine. Yeah, I actually, in this video, I already have the engine installed, but the next video that you guys will see will be me installing the engine. So stay tuned, everybody. Stay safe, and thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and I really enjoy doing this. Bye for now.